AITA for kicking my in-laws out of my house after they disrespected my late father's memory? I, 25F, lost my father a year ago. He was the kindest person in the world and worked as an EMT. He unalived after being hit by a drunk driver while trying to help another driver with car trouble. He was my hero and a huge part of my life. He became a widower father to me when I was 7, and he was the best dad anybody could ever ask for. To honor his memory, I keep a small shrine in our living room with his photo, some of his belongings, and a few of his favorite things along with his urn. It brings me comfort and helps me feel like he's still with me. My husband, 30M, has always been supportive of this, but his parents, both in their 60s, have never understood. They think it's morbid and unhealthy to keep such a display. They've made their opinions known multiple times, but I've always brushed it off, explaining it helps me cope. This past weekend, my in-laws came to visit. From the moment they arrived, they were making snide comments about the shrine. My MIL said, "It's time to let go of the past," and my FIL chimed in with, "It's not good for your mental health to live in a museum of grief." I told them, firmly but politely, that the shrine stays and it's not up for discussion. Things escalated quickly. When I left the room to take a phone call, they decided to take matters into their own hands. I walked back in to find them packing away my father's things into a box. I was livid. I told them to stop immediately and put everything back. They refused, saying they were helping me move on. I lost it. I yelled at them to get out of my house. My MIL started crying, saying I was ungrateful and that they were just trying to help. My FIL called me hysterical and said I was disrespecting them. My husband tried to mediate, but I was too furious to listen. I told them they had no right to touch my father's things, and that they were not welcome in my home if they couldn't respect my boundaries. I discovered, as I was putting things back, that some of the belongings I had placed on the shrine were gone. A small stuffed cat, his mat from Magic the Gathering, and his shot glass from screeching in when he went to Newfoundland with my mom before she died of cancer. All three things have very low value monetarily, but a lot of sentimental value. My husband has told me I'm overreacting over a molehill and that I'm just sensitive because I was a daddy's girl when my dad was alive. I'm having a hard time letting go of my dad because we were so close. He was my best friend for the last 5 years of his life. I may be so swamped in my grief that I was a jerk over nothing. I'm confused and sad. AITA?